Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to Hangin' With. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't already, go on down and hit the little red button, hit subscribe, come back over and over and over again to see these authors and artists and these great creators that we're talking to. If this is your first time, thanks for hanging with us. We are here at Sassy in Jacksonville, hosted by the Short and Sassy Book Blurbs blog. And we are hanging with Violet Howe.
Hello.
The author of the Tales Behind Veils series.
Yes.
All right, so book one, is that what we're looking at here?
Yes.
Book one is
Yes.
The Diary of a Single Wedding Planner.
Yes.
Okay, so Tales Behind Veils, pretty self-explanatory, I think, maybe, or not.
Kind of behind the scenes stories about weddings and all the things that go on.
Wow, and so what inspired that?
I was a wedding planner for 15 years.
Wow.
I was with Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings for 10 years, and then I had my own wedding planning company for 5. So a lot of things happen in the course of planning weddings and planning events. A lot of things going behind the scenes, and so I really wanted to tell some of those types of stories of things that happen, but I also wanted to kind of look at the fact that we see in a wedding, you see hope, you see people that are coming together and pledging their life. It's a huge journey, it's a huge step, and to be a part of that, like having a glimpse into that or having a glimpse into that window.
I think it's just a great thing for readers because weddings are so fraught with hope.
Yes.
And with all the potential that's there. But planning a wedding, preparing a wedding, anyone who's married knows that's a challenge.
Yes.
And in some cases, a challenge to the couple.
Yes. It's a lot of stress.
If you want to find out if you're forever, get engaged. The 6 months there is going to, that'll be the telltale sign. So it's going to be a lot of fun to write though, because there's going to be some great stories in there.
It is fun to write, and I think that people always say, like, as soon as I would tell anyone that I was a wedding planner, people would say, that must be so much fun, everybody's so happy, everybody's in love, and they are happy, but they're also very stressed, as you mentioned, and it's a big step, and sometimes you have family dynamics that play into that, and you have, the groom's sister's upset, or the mother of the bride's upset, or maybe, somebody doesn't like somebody else, or
everybody's
siblings.
Happy at the moment, but then there's all the moments leading up to that,
yes.
and then all the moments to come after
yes.
that. And that makes for
a lot
probably
of drama.
very, dramatic, humorous anecdotes, stressful anecdotes.
Yes, and touching sometimes, because I think that we talked about it being about hope, but there are times when at a wedding you're standing there and you see it, and the love in the room is very palpable. So it also, at the same time that it can make you cynical about love, but it can also make you reaffirm your belief in love.
Yeah, I think, like you said, especially as you watch the build up behind the scenes, when you get to that moment, it's an affirmation of
yes.
why you're there, which
yes.
has got to be fun to see over and over again, but the work to get there has got to be something else to do. So
yes.
some of us, we can't imagine.
With my heroine, she is searching for her own Prince Charming. She's searching for her own true love. And I think that seeing day in and day out, there's days when she sees things that encourages her, like, okay, maybe love does exist, maybe I am going to find true love. She sees days where she's very discouraged, like, okay, this person is a complete bridezilla. If she found true love, why can't I find anyone, So I think it's an interesting profession to be in if you yourself are looking for love. So in the first book, she is searching, the book's written in diary format, so it's basically her diary entries each day of either interesting weddings that she had, interesting dates she went on, and kind of her view of that, exactly what you were talking about.
Juxtaposing those two things together.
Yes.
Wow, that's an interesting peek,
yes.
if you will. That's great. So how are readers responding?
It's gotten very good reviews. I think that people really enjoy the wedding stories. People are fascinated with weddings. People will stand and watch a wedding when they don't even know the people there. If they walk by and there's a wedding happening, they stop. And people watch wedding programs on television. They read wedding articles. So people are fascinated with wedding stories.
It's a big topic right
yes.
now. It really is. Now,
yes.
That being said, as a wedding planner, what are the most unusual or fun wedding themes that you've seen?
I've seen people do a lot of crazy things with their theming. I think for me personally, the most fun ones are when it actually is about the couple, when it actually is about the love story. I love the love stories. That was always my favorite part of doing weddings, was like finding out how they met and what did they overcome to get to this point of starting this journey in life together. Some of the crazier stories are because everyone's idea of what's beautiful is different, and everyone's idea of what their wedding should be is different. And so, you see a lot of things that you may consider bizarre, but to them it's the perfect reflection of that couple,
and their personality.
And usually their guests. Usually their guests fit right in with whatever their bizarre theme is.
Surround ourselves, right? These are our families, our friends, and the people who are around us every day. So they're going to probably fall into that category.
Exactly.
Whatever makes us us.
Yeah,
right?
so as a planner, I may be like, okay, wow, you're all going to dress as zombies and do a wedding on Halloween, but their guests are usually into it because that's
who they are.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Right. That's part of their family. And I understand in another life you were a history teacher.
Yes. I taught middle school for 5 years. I did writing and English for the first couple of years, and then I transitioned over to history because, again, I love stories. And very interesting to teach history to middle schoolers. Their concepts of everything.
I can believe this. We have multiple children at home, and those are always wonderful conversations to have when they're learning about things in middle school or whatever, because they have a very different perspective on whether it's literature and you're teaching or you're teaching history. Their perspective on things is I would love to say oversimplified, but it's not. It's actually very complex when you get down to it. They actually see things very differently.
They do, and sometimes they've heard bits and pieces. Like, for instance, we were talking, we had gone way back in time, and we were talking about Martin Luther. We were talking about different things that happened within religion and history, and they all associate that, like, he got assassinated, and he made that great speech, right? And Martin Luther King. Like, so they have bits and pieces of history that they may have picked up from pop culture or from movies, television, conversations, but they don't sometimes have the facts.
Thread that together.
Right.
Yeah.
Not always accurate. So.
I know a lot of adults that way.
This is true. It's not just middle school kids. It's adults too.
Okay, well, coming from being a teacher to being a wedding planner and finding all of these great anecdotes and being a writer now, you obviously like to read.
Yes.
And absorb more information.
Yes.
And so as a child growing up, what was your favorite book, your favorite story?
The Little House on the Prairie series.
Really?
Absolutely loved the Little House on the Prairie series, and I wanted to be Laura Ingalls Wilder, and I would go in the backyard and set up my imaginary cabin and pretend to go on all these adventures that she went on. So I was fascinated with her life.
That is awesome, really.
Yes.
We want your readers to get to know you a little bit as a person.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of try to crawl inside your head a little bit here, okay? So you can put 2 items on your bucket list. What do you want to do?
I want to live in Tuscany.
In Tuscany.
Yes, I love to travel.
That just made mine.
I added to your bucket list.
You just added to my bucket list, which is already too long, so I'm going to live a long life.
Well, I love to travel. Travel is one of my hugest passions, and I love to travel to different places and meet people and learn about cultures. And when I visited Tuscany, that was one place that I was like, okay, I have to just not only come back here, I have to live here.
Stay here for
so that's even if it's just for a summer, I just want to have lived in Tuscany.
That's pretty awesome. That's really cool. And your second one?
Second thing on my bucket list, I guess, would probably be to drive the California coastline. I want to do a road trip in a convertible up the California coastline.
Nice. That's pretty good. Wind in your hair, just
wind in my hair. Of course, stopping in Napa Valley for a while.
So you're driving up the California coastline. You got your convertible, winds in your hair. What song are you singing?
Blue October Sway.
Blue October Sway.
Yes, Blue October is my favorite group, and Sway is a song that every time I hear it, it just makes me happy.
All right, well, the books are doing good.
Thanks.
People are reviewing them well, right?
Yes.
And the readers are liking them.
Yes.
All right, those royalty checks come in.
Yes.
What's your shopping weakness? Where is it going?
Travel.
Travel.
Yes, I'm flying out supposedly next week to Europe, but right now...
Y'all better buy more books.
It's scheduled to go to Paris, but right now Paris is more like Venice because of the flood, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Paris, Venice. Right now, it's 6 in one, half dozen the other. You're going to end up in a gondola either way. Okay, well, we're going to make the movie of your life. Who's playing you?
Oh, my gosh. Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon?
Yes.
All right. Wow. And so this is book 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how many of these are there?
There is a trilogy of The Wedding Planner. The first is Diary of a Single Wedding Planner. The second is Diary of a Wedding Planner in Love. And the third is Diary of an Engaged Wedding Planner.
Wow, she's just can't make it.
She's just moving right along.
Moving right along,
yes.
though. 3 books, she's 3 stages. one of these days, wedding planner will get married.
Yes, hopefully.
Hopefully, there you go.
We'll have married wedding planner.
We're going to put the links to these down in the description, so make sure y'all get over and check these out. And in the meantime, we're here in sunny Florida. Yes. The tourist capital of everywhere.
Yes.
And I would say the world, but I'm pretty sure it's universal right now. It really is. So, favorite Disney princess?
Favorite Disney princess?
As a wedding planner, you're surrounded by these ladies all the time, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I would say probably Aurora, Sleeping Beauty.
Aurora, okay, awesome. Yes. That is fantastic. So you're also making the convention and conference circuit to meet some readers?
Yes.
Signing some books?
Yes.
All right, great. And what's coming up for you next?
I will be at Authors with Southern Charm in Charleston. I've never been to Charleston, so I'm just dying to go there.
Amazing.
I'm very excited about the food and the sights in Charleston, and of course meeting readers. So Authors with Southern Charm is July 23rd in Charleston.
July 23rd. Authors with Southern Charm in Charleston. They're doing this to me on purpose today. It's like a Book Blurbs blog, and now Authors for Southern Charm in Charleston. And that's where you can be found in July.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. That's going to wrap us up, folks. We keep it short and sweet. We want you to kind of peek inside of our head and then go buy your books. That's the idea. So as we wrap up, we're going to say a special thanks to our partners out there sharing these videos all over the World Wide Web. Thanks to Something Unique Magazine, Books, Chocolate, and Wine, the Florida Book News, Authors for Authors, Wordfire Press, and our new friends over at the Nerdorama Network. Thanks for sharing these videos, team. I'm GW Pomichter, and we've been hanging with Violet Howe, the author of Tales Behind the Veils. This is a wedding planning, romance, anecdotal.
Yes.
This is a kind of a mashup.
It is.
Picking a genre is hard because
it's chick lit.
It's chick lit.
It's chick lit. It's
a
woman's story with a little bit of humor and a little bit of romance.
All right, chick lit. So check it out. The first book, Diary of a Single Wedding Planner, and watch as our single wedding planner becomes.
In love,
and then engaged, and we're sure one of these days she's going to get lucky. So check out Violet Howe. Remember, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.